while ago about the principle of intent, kavanah. You pointed out then that intent has more of the essence than anything else. The keilim represents the intent of the essence, meaning yes, there is oiros and there is chokhmah. The intent is that there should be a mitzias of world, and in the world that should be, and this should be permeating the world. And this is where the keilim come from. This is the origin, and the principle of the origin of keilim. A teacher is teaching, and he has a profound idea. Eventually this idea crystallizes in his mind to such a degree that he can actually encapsulate it in words and sentences and paragraphs. What is that about? He has the idea. He actually, so to speak, represents it by his very life. What's the point of encapsulating it and bringing it out in a manner that it can be produced externally? And the answer is that the truth and reality of this idea is first recognized if it actually takes up place in the broader reality on the outside.
One more time. The truth is recognized. He's already a master, so
he's the only master.
It's known that
like okay, yeah, let's take it very simply. You invent something. You invent a cell phone.
Right,
the primary invention of the cell phone is the idea.
Okay, but until you have the actual hardware.
Why do you need the hardware? The idea is perfectly well identified.
It's the culmination, and it's showing on the original intent.
Right, because the intent of this idea is not the idea, but its function.
Okay, so now this function, which is linked to intent, is somehow deeper than the or.
Right. I always say it's an amazing thing. You have a company, a huge company with all kinds of experts, scientists, economists. Who is at the helm of this company? In our terminology, who is the highest behind the company? The chairman of the board. The chances are he doesn't even know how it works. But he has the sense, this is what has to happen. This is what I stand for. And then he directs all his experts, develop me something that will accomplish this task.
This is like Malchus. This is like
Yes.
a king's decree.
That's right. They say that what's his name, the big computer expert,
Apple guy? Jobs?
Apple guy, Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
He was not even a computer programmer.
What?
What?
I had not heard that, okay.
Yeah, I'm reading that. He was not a computer programmer.
Mm. Right, he had more the vision of the product and what's needed.
What computers are able to do, what is their purpose in the world.
Yeah. That he was a master of. Yeah.
And he got programmers to develop the most fantastic ideas.
Right.
He says, no, you do it.
Right. I heard a story, he did a calligraphy class, so he loved the beauty of the written letter. When it came to computers, he wanted the text to be very perfect, because old computer text is asymmetrical. It's one example.
Okay. Steve Jobs, right? That's his name.
Mm.
Yeah, he was extremely gifted, but not on a technical level at all.
So both or and intent, kavana, I guess we're saying, originate in Etzem.
In Etzem. As a matter of fact, intent, that is the answer. If there is anything but the intent, in other words, I'm excited about the wisdom, the profundity of this, it's not Etzem.
So always we know that the light is batal to the Etzem, but why do we have that the keilim can sometimes not be batal or not be on track?
Okay, I hear what you're saying. This is what you asked yesterday also. This confusion that we see at the level of the keilim primarily it's a misunderstanding. But the impetus behind it, let me give you straight out from the inception. God created the world. Oh, what a wonderful, what a reality, what a truth, what a great thing. And there is the Creator's effect in the world. This is what gives the world a meaning and a purpose. I want to gain that purpose and that meaning and that effect without the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it is, and I will create it at my level directly.
I'll put it in my pocket.
I put it in my, that's right, I put it, it has to translate in some practical, I'm going to develop it from the practical level. This is the stupidity. The world created itself. God created the world, but what does that mean to me? Why am I excited about it? I'm excited about it only from this peripheral thing of how it affects me. I'm going to focus on that. I don't need the Creator. Like we said the other day, it's very simple, right? You eat because you want to live. Oh, I don't know what life is. How does it translate in practical? Say, how do I know that I have to eat? I'm hungry. All I need to do is now build my whole process, a tugging process, an activity on the basis of what are my physical needs. And then everything will happen. The fact that you have taken yourself out of the reality of the spiritual reality, of the living reality, and you're living on the ideatic level, but I'm going to survive. The communists, the atheists, what was their slogan?
I had a couple.
Their slogan is usually, fill their bellies. And they will all be quiet. Do you do anything in the head? Do you do anything in the heart? Fill their bellies. They are proven wrong, but they insisted on it. So people who wanted something in the head, something in the heart, they sent away. So this is where, what you are observing, and this is where they are. It's a 100% error. When you are hungry, you think all you want is assuage the hunger. It's not true. Interesting. In Halacha, in the Torah, hunger is referred to as the embarrassment of hunger.
Embarrassment of what?
Or hunger.
Pusha?
Pusha, I don't know exactly the term. The embarrassment of hunger. It's not the embarrassment of hunger. I'm hungry. What really is representative of the human element of hunger is the embarrassment. A human being, as we said many times, a human being is a real presence. He loses completely his reality if he is hungry and he's focused on hunger.
Saying that it's not to assuage the hunger, but it's to come back to reality.
To a human reality.
Right, like to get rid of the pain, to get back to human.
So we said yesterday, the keilim are beteilim al ha'oiris. They are bottled to the oiris. What does it mean the keilim are bottled to the oiris? They recognize, their inyan is to reveal the oiris, not to reveal themselves. Is to provide a venue for the oiris, not to provide for their own presence. And therefore, heim ru'uyim lekabel as oiris, they're fit to accept, to receive the oiris, because they have this refinement, this sense that it is not the structure of the keilim, but it is the fact that I can hold the oil. This makes it fit to receive the oil. This is what one might call the spiritual aspect of the keilim. As a result of that, just oh, thank you. As a result of that, and therefore, the oiris, when they come into the keilim, meyirim begilui mamash b'hakli, they come to, they reveal themselves in the keilim in full regalia. They explain begilui mamash. Like we said in the moshel of koicha halicha, the foot does not walk The foot moves back and forth. But there is a koyach ha'alich. The koyach is a misgalim. Mamash, the oil itself is misgalim. So the spirit in the foot really is the koyach ha'alicha, not just the exercise of moving the foot back and forth. Because the oil are misgalim mamash. That was the real thing is misgalim in the keilim. Because the keilim is a bottle. Keilim says, I am here to enable the oil, not to enable myself. Okay, where
are we?
We are 5 lines from the bottom of the top section on page Yud Gimel. That line we all but finished last night and the day before. And now on the very end of that line, V'hu inyan pe-oolot hagilui. This was, I said, these 4 words carry an enormous message. Got it? No. V'hu inyan here on the end of here someplace. V'hu inyan pe-oolot hagilui. The principle that the oiros rule the keilim and they guide the keilim, clearly the oiros do not focus on the keilim, directing them go this way or go that way. Rather, the keilim are so bottled to the oiros that the oil themselves is nisgala to the keilim. But what aspect of the oil is nisgala? This is the effect of the gilui of the gilui.
The fact that
Okay, one second. You go back to the illustration of the koyach ha'alicha, the koyach of walking. Koyach of walking is not the koyach of moving the feet back and forth. Koyach of walking is transferring from one domain to another domain. That's koyach of walking. This is a koyach nefesh. When a person walks, he does not flip his feet back and forth. He actually transfers himself from one place to another. That is the impetus, that is the spirit that's involved in walking. This koyach is mislabish in the feet. The feet do not have an understanding of what that is about. The feet, in fact, have only this function of moving back and forth. But the oil is that is mislabish in the feet. The oil is begilui in the feet. Begilui means it makes a full statement of what this walking is. I want to transport myself from here to here. The feet can only relate not to the spirit of that gilui, but to the effect of that gilui. That's called pe-oolot hagilui. To get the sense what I mean pe-oolot hagilui, I'll go to a different example. And here you won't be able to identify it. A person is in joy, in great sense of simcha. He's buoyed by the simcha. How does that manifest? It manifests first in his clapping, and then he can't contain himself and he gets up and goes to dance. How is dance and clapping representative of the simcha, in the sense of simcha? The simcha is an internal simcha, an internal neshama in the simcha. How is that manifest? How is it expressed in clapping and dancing? The answer is clapping and dancing is not part of the neshama simcha. Clapping and dancing is how the simcha is manifest at the guf level. The simcha is begili. The effect of that gilui is that the guf begins to move. The guf has no access, is not privy to the simcha per se. Well, because the simcha is begilui, and I am besimcha, that so that lifts, that inspires the person. This inspiration translates on the gilu level on the guf, but the guf begins to move on its own. At least the guf is glued to the ground. It's lifted off the ground. It lives on the spirit. But on what spirit? Only the pe-oolot, the effect, the external, the gilui of that spirit, not the spirit itself. It doesn't have no understanding of that. But the levidikai, the movement in the spirit, this is what the guf picks up.
Well, this was pointing out that the keilim is moved by an inner spirit. The spirit moves.
The keilim is moved by the inner spirit, but not the inner spirit itself. But the gilui of the inner spirit, the expression of the inner spirit.
The brain picks up more the inner spirit?
Oh, the brain has the neshama.
When a person's walking, this is just the inner spirit, like we don't see the pe-oolot hagilui really?
Yeah, this is pe-oolot hagilui.
Also when he's walking?
Yes. But if I would insist on explaining it with I'd never finish. Here we have a tangible thing.
Right. And oneg is much more, there's no movement, but that's a different topic.
A different topic. Let's finish few more words and one more semi-sentence. Sheho'oir poyel shiyi hagili bibiyah. That's a pe-oolot hagili. pe-oolot hagili means the effect of the gilui. What is the effect of the gilui? That this gilui should be able to be recognized and translated on the biyah level. What is the biyah level? Clapping and dancing. עכשיו דיבר מעשה. This is the pshat. There is a begilui. this Gilui is complete. Oiris, when they begin, they're all over the place. They're unbridled. They cannot be contained in anything. But then, the effect of that Gilui on the keilim is that the keilim begins to act on the keilim level in such a manner that it represents the soul. What does clapping and dancing have to do with the simcha? Nothing. Essentially. But this is the pure Zagilui, that the hands begin to clap. And they say, whoa, look at this joy. What do you see, clapping and dancing? You see the joy? You see the effect of that joy. And the effect of, why does it have an effect? Because the oiris are begilu in the keilim. Why are the oiris begilu in the keilim? Because the keilim are bottled to the oiris. Okay, this will have to be it for this morning. Have a good day. Have a great day.